Headcleaner of Worms and Men. And this album came out in 2013 on United Guttural Records. Headcleaner are a 4-piece from Greece, and they play death grind. And this full length is chock full of so many memorable and catchy riffs. It's impossible for me to not go savage when listening to this record. The riffs on here thrash and groove so brutally, and there's a playfulness. Think 90s era groove metal, or 90s era thrash, or even 90s era hardcore, cut with modern, menacing sounding death and grind. And you're headed down the right path. And for what only happens a handful of times a year, we get a grindcore record that each and every track is littered with elements that demand repeated listens. So we can punch even more holes in the wall, and not out of anger, but out of sheer fucking joy when listening to this record. And a few tracks that immediately come to mind when I think of good examples of this record are the tracks One More Nail in the Coffin of Peace, with the repeated line, I am the war inside my head, funneled through a storm of thrash, grind, and death. And the other track, which I think would be a good example, is the track Game Rules, which destroys with speed from start to finish, just grinding, menacing speed. And I'm really impressed with the craft on here, because when there is that very playful and repetitive pattern of riffs being played, that if they were played too long, I could see it destroying the entire track just by being mundane. But those short jabs of just rabid, grinding drums and guitar that cut up those simplistic, groove-oriented riffs act as a refresher. And when you fall back into those simpler riffs, grooves, or guitar solos, there has been new life breathed into them, if you know what I mean. Such a great record, in my opinion, and if you are a fan of metal and haven't made that leap, or that walk down the path to grindcore, this would be an excellent and current record, in my opinion, to maybe educate you on the genre, or even get you into the genre, especially with Headcleaner's album Of Worms and Men. If you're a fan of menacing grindcore, groove metal, hardcore, thrash, death metal, I don't think there's anything on this record that wouldn't pique your interests. And if you're interested in the Greek metal scene, this would definitely be a good band to spiderweb your way into other bands that are holding it down in Greece. But definitely peep this record out. This gets high marks, in my opinion. Really sick grindcore record, and I love fucking good grindcore. Check out the description box below where I'll have links to tracks from this album so you can peep it out and form your own damn opinion about it. Definitely peep this out. It's Headcleaner of Worms and Men, and it came out on United Guttural Records in 2013. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you all next time.